Hey everyone, welcome back. It's July 5th today, day after 4th of July. Hope everybody had a good 4th. Today I'm going to take the ferry from Larkspur, California in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm going to take the ferry to San Francisco and back. So it should be a fun little video I'm going to make you, and a fun day trip for me. So if you guys like what I'm doing in the Bay Area, please subscribe to my channel and give me some thumbs up, some comments, and I'll keep feeding you some great videos and information about the Bay Area and sometimes beyond. Alright, thanks again for coming along on my journey. Packing them on today.
Yes, I'm ready.
Still gotta wear a mask on July 5th. Oh, we're pulling away now from Larkspur. Those of you movie buffs, over there in that area there used to be a train trestle and Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood scene at the end of the movie. They filmed there. You got some houseboats over there, just like the ones in Sausalito. So we're backing out and turning around, and soon you'll be able to see the infamous maximum security prison of San Quentin, where a lot of people were and still are. Manson spent the rest of his life there, and countless others are still there. The Night Stalker was there for a while until he got moved to maximum security mental hospital, where he died here in Marin County. So you get a kind of a bird's eye view of the prison as we go by. Here's the main gate on the north side of San Quentin. You can see one of the watchtowers. And there she is, San Quentin. Just think of all the people in there looking out. They don't get to experience the freedom of life because of the crimes they committed. There'll be a percentage of people in there that are innocent and haven't done the crime, and they keep finding them through DNA, but most of them are guilty. Those long windows there are, from what I remember, where maximum security, like death row, is. But if you want to get a close view of the prison, this is going to be your best bet on the ferry, because it goes right by, as you can see. Don't see any guards in the guard towers. That would be a boring job, just sitting up there. And I doubt you could play on your cell phone sitting on a guard tower. There's probably some up on the edge, sitting in those other towers though. It's probably the closest you'll be able to get to San Quentin. This is probably the closest we come. I don't see anybody, inmates out in the yard or anything. I'm tempted to wave, but who wants a prisoner to wave back? It's interesting how they have those wall wave breakers on the side. houses you see on the side there is a community that lives there, and most of those folks work at the prison. And there is a museum that I wanted to go check it out, but they don't allow any cameras in there, I guess for obvious reasons. It would have been fun to go in there and film it, but for obvious reasons, you can't. And this bridge doesn't get a lot of notoriety, but it's the Richmond San Rafael Bridge, and goes from San Rafael over to Richmond. And it's a very popular bridge. It gets you to the East Bay quickly. It's a little closer look of it. And we're in a big drought right now, and there was a pipeline that was used in the 1970s to bring water from the Sacramento area over to Marin County, but I believe they did away with that pipeline to make way for a bike path, so now you can ride your bike over the bridge. I hope that's not the case, because we might need some of that water soon. Our reservoirs are very, very low. And it's July, and we don't typically get any rain till Halloween, late October. Well, here's a good view, the fog rolling in with the bridge in the background. One sailboat out there braving this wind. Angel Island there is on the left, and Tiburon is on the right. And Angel Island is a fun place to go. It's a state park. I used to ride my bicycle over to Tiburon from the town of Mill Valley, which is about a 10-mile ride, and then I would get on the ferry. And the ferry allows you to take a bicycle on it, and you could go over to Angel Island, and you can ride. There's a loop road around the island. There's all these old army barracks, and it used to be very militarized. I'm curious. I haven't been there in a long time. It'd be fun to do that again. But I think I'd want to rent a battery-powered bike, because the ride around it is pretty long. Coming around the southern end of Angel Island, and you can see Alcatraz there out in the distance, and the city skyline in the background. Funny how there's two prisons on this video. And the Golden Gate with the fog. And a lot of people think, oh, fog comes in the winter. Well, no, fog comes in the summertime. I used to live in San Francisco, and you'd wake up on a summer day and you had no idea if it was sunny. And this is before webcams were around, so you would assume it was foggy and miserable everywhere, but then you cross the bridge to Marin County and it's sunny and beautiful. I'm definitely going to have to go to Alcatraz soon. I haven't been there in a while. I want to make sure it's 100% open and all the things that you pay to do are available, because it's not cheap. It's about $45. And you got to do reservations and all that. But it's always a fun tour to do. Of course, I will film it when I go. Glad I don't get seasick, because it is choppy out here today. Straight over there is Sausalito, and I did a video of that. And of course, the Golden Gate Bridge. I do an extensive video of the Golden Gate Bridge for those of you who are interested. Check out this sailboat. It's a good day for sailing. It's pretty windy. You know, I sailed on a boat when I was a kid in these waters, and boy, did I get sick. Ugh, I felt miserable. My friend invited me out in a 20-foot sailboat, and you can imagine 20 feet sailboat. There's a lot of rough seas in the bay. There's a little better view of Alcatraz. They have a race every year, and they swim from Alcatraz over to San Francisco in these frigidly cold waters. So waters typically are in the low 50s. I don't know if they did it last year due to COVID. They probably didn't. And the dome way there in Poynton, that's the Exploratorium, which I did a video of on a rainy day there too. That's a cool place to go. It's really pretty. And the San Francisco skyline. The big tower, tallest building is a Salesforce Tower, or Leaning Tower of Salesforce. That building is actually slowly leaning, and rumors have it is it's going to take $10 million to fix it from the bottom up. They didn't secure the foundation properly, and the building's slowly leaning. There's no risk of it falling over, but they say they need to fix it. There's the Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate Bridge there. The tower right in the center, that's Corte Tower. And the tower is supposed to represent a fire hose end. Certainly a beautiful skyline in San Francisco. And this is a great ferry ride for people to take and not pay the super high, expensive tourist prices of the other boats. You know, you see that building next to the pyramid one? That's called the Bank of America building. And when I was in elementary school, we took a field trip to the top of it. There's a restaurant up there, and we all had Shirley Temples. And that was a great memory, because the restaurant was like a 5-star restaurant, and they served us like we were special guests. It was pretty cool. And the view from up there, as you can imagine, is pretty amazing. The elevator was a little scary, because I think it's 56 stories, I think. Look at the tugboat pushing a barge there. Yeah, I mean, the city, you just look at this angle, it's definitely a beautiful skyline. And at nighttime, it's really pretty. And the ferry building's straight ahead of us. And over to the right, you can see a good view of Mount Tam and Alcatraz, of course. And already the fog is kind of dissipating. The fog burns off pretty fast. But not always. Sometimes it stays all day. That fishing boat's having fun. And straight ahead, as you see that red paddle boat, those are the older style ferries that used to run here way before the bridges were built. Ferries were the only way you get back and forth between Oakland and San Francisco and Marin County and San Francisco. So they use these paddle wheel ferries, and there's still some of them around. I don't think they use them I think they go out with parties and stuff on them. They're not like a regular ferry. And the ferries on the right there are some of the other ferries that do more touristy stuff. And we're pulling into port here. The blue and white ferry there straight ahead is a representation of what we are on now. We are on, I forgot the name of this one. I think it's the SS Sonoma, and that one should be the SS San Francisco. Or it could be the other way around. But in the 1989 earthquake, that flag at the top of that pole was bent due to the shaking. And you can see a famous picture of that online. There's a seagull coming. Dive bomb, look out. Reminds me of school. Lunchtime at school, the seagulls would know it was lunchtime and they'd raid everywhere and fly everywhere, and you had to be careful not to get pooped on, of course. That's the style of ferry we're on now, but they do have some catamarans that are a little faster. And there's a bunch of shops in that building also. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that ferry ride from Larkspur, California to San Francisco, port of San Francisco, California. And make sure if you enjoyed that, check out my second video going from San Francisco back to Larkspur, California. And if you're enjoying what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel. I'm out in the Bay Area filming things to do and things to look at and things I think are interesting. I've lived here 99% of my life. Moved here when I was 5 years old. So thanks for coming along, and I'll see you on my next journey.